Every day, you come across various objects like a glass filled with hot milk, the air above the pan of boiling water, the sun shining overhead. Some may feel very hot, while some warm. What makes these things hot or warm? The answer is simple. Heat. A word you probably use several times in a day. But do you know what heat actually is, and how is it produced? In everyday life, we use various objects that are made from different substances. For example, the spoon is made from a metal. The water jug is made from glass. The fruit bowl is made from plastic. And the table is made from wood. But, do you know what all these substances are made up of? All substances are made up of tiny particles called molecules. These molecules are constantly moving. Due to their motion, a form of energy is created inside the substance. This internal energy is called heat or thermal energy. Now, we know that all objects do not have the same level or degree of hotness in them. For example, the first glass is warm to touch, while the second is hot. What could be the reason for this difference? If we look at the movement of the molecules of these two glasses, we will find that the molecules of the first glass are moving slowly, compared to the molecules of the second glass. Faster moving molecules produce more heat than slower moving molecules. This results in the varying levels or degrees of heat. But what about cold substances? Do they also possess heat? Yes, they do. However, their motion is very slow. Hence, the internal energy produced is very low. How do we generally find the level of heat in a substance? By touching it, right? But is touch always a reliable means of finding the level of heat? Let's observe an activity to answer this question. Rachel has 3 bowls filled with hot, cold, and normal water respectively. She dips her right hand in cold water and her left hand in hot water. After 2 minutes, she removes her hands and notes that her right hand feels cold, while her left hand feels hot. Next, she immediately dips both hands in the bowl of normal water. How do her hands feel now? The sensation is just the opposite of the previous instance. This implies that the feeling of hot and cold by touch is relative. It can change on basis of the previous experience and may not always be reliable. Also, objects that are too hot are dangerous to touch. A more accurate method to measure the degree of hotness is to use a thermometer. It is an instrument that is used to measure temperature. Temperature is the measure of the level or degree of heat. The most commonly used thermometer is a clinical thermometer. It is used to measure the body temperature. A clinical thermometer has two parts, a long tube and a bulb. The tube is made from thick glass and is marked with a scale. The bulb is made from thin glass and is filled with mercury. Mercury is a metal that remains in liquid state at room temperature. Since it is a metal, it is a good conductor of heat. On heating, mercury expands and rises in the capillary tube. A clinical thermometer is calibrated with two scales, Celsius and Fahrenheit. The range of this thermometer is from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. In India, the Celsius scale is commonly used. To measure higher temperatures, a laboratory thermometer is used. A laboratory thermometer has a range from -10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. It can be used to measure temperatures of chemicals and other substances. Another type of thermometer is the maximum-minimum thermometer. It is used to measure the maximum and minimum temperatures of a place. The early thermometers were 1 foot long and took 20 minutes to measure the body temperature. The portable 6-inch thermometer was invented in 1866.